Hi everybody, here we are again. It's a pint of pure gold. Very nice, but we're not here to talk about that. Here to talk about dogs. Geriatric dogs. If you've watched my channel, you'll probably notice that we have currently 3 miniature schnauzers. 2 we've had for just over 2 years. The other one we've had since she was a puppy, and she's now 15 3/4. She'll be 16 if she makes it in August. Now, unfortunately, she's pretty much blind, fairly much deaf, and has Doggie dementia. She doesn't know where she is, she doesn't know what she's doing, and she just doesn't care, quite frankly. You can take her out to the garden, you can take her for a walk, and she might do nothing. Get back in, 10 minutes later, she'll have done something on the floor. So, mopping became quite tedious, especially overnight. We tried several different things: puppy pads, confine her to a small area, but what she does, she'll get up out of bed and she'll just start walking. Tip tap, tip tap, tip tap, tip tap, round and round and round and round and round and round. Could be tip tapping for half an hour and then might just go back to bed. Or she might get out of bed, do something, possibly 2 things, and then tip tap all the way around. And that's not good, because then you've got to, because she also managed to move the puppy pads, so you still end up having to clean the floor, you end up having to clean the dog as well. So we decided to try something a bit different: dog nappies. So we bought some disposable dog nappies. These are quite expensive. They work out a roundabout, with postage, tenner for 12. Show you one of those. So it's pretty much like a baby nappy, but it has a cutout for the tail. Quite a big cutout for the tail. At the same time, we also bought a pack of 3 disposable nappies. Not disposable, reusable nappies. These are slightly more expensive. They come in, well, quite a bit more expensive. They come in a pack of 3. We've got 3 different colours, and about 20 quid, including postage. Also, it's got an elastic tail hole, but it's still quite a big tail hole. So I think these came first. We tried them. It contained liquid, but didn't contain solids. So we still ended up having to have a big clean up, especially in the morning. I mean, don't get me wrong, these don't replace taking her outside. It's just for when, because you can take your eye off her for 30 seconds and she'll have done something. So while she's supposedly sitting still or sleeping at night, we decide to nap her up. So the disposable nappies came next, and they look quite good. They contain liquids. Again, didn't contain the solids, and at first I couldn't think why, but then I realised we've got a big hole there, and right under the tail is her bum hole. So if you don't manage to get the nappy right up against her tail, or if she moves and it goes down, the nappy's not going to hold anything, because it's going to go straight out through that hole. So then we tried disposable nappies, and she could get out of the disposable nappies, off and do stuff. So we tried disposable nappies with the reusable nappy over the top. That kept the disposable nappy in place, but again, it wasn't containing stuff. So we thought, what the heck? Let's try buying some standard 56 ultra dry nappies. They come with the groceries and £3 approximately for 56. They don't, for obvious reasons, come with a tail hole, but got a pair of scissors somewhere. I've mislaid them. Don't know where I put them. Probably sat on them. How? With a pair of scissors, it's as easy with scissors on the penknife. Cut a tail hole. Now, if you look at the nappies, that's designed to be the back of the nappy. It's got quite a wide waistband. The front of the nappy doesn't have a wide waistband. We tried them both ways. If you cut the tail hole out of the front, it's quite easy to put the nappy on because the nappy's over the top of the dog, and then you put the tabs on top and you can see what you're doing, but it doesn't contain the liquids very well, because if it's a bit too further back, you should then wean onto the band rather than the padding. So trial and error, decided it's better cutting it out of the back. So the waistband has to be on top of the dog. It's a small dog, I'll show you. So approximately that far up, you cut a very small cutout. That should about do it, I think, if we've gone through both layers. You have. And then, just to make sure, push my finger through. My finger is about the same diameter as the tail. If you've got a bigger dog, I don't know, use your thumb. That's a bit bigger. Use something else, stick it through. But you want the tail hole to be as small as possible, because if it's tight on the tail, it ain't going to move. I think we'll move and I'll show you fitting it to the dog and show you how to take it off. Right, see you in a bit. Seconds. Microseconds. Right. So here we have Smaller, the little old dog, with nappy on. So I'll just show you. The easiest way we found is put a head between your legs, pump it in place slightly, not too hard. Take the nappy off. The non-disposables are dead easy. Straight off. Hopefully she's done nothing in this nappy. If not, we'll be on take two. Or rather, if she has. So nappies, disposable nappies, just slide straight off. Like that. Nappy's still clean, which is good. Now, as I say, the nappies don't dispense with taking her out to the garden or taking her for a walk. It's only interim wise. So if you're taking a nappy off and it's clean, don't mess about, just stick it back on. So you've got two sides with the leg holes, stick a leg in, stick the second leg in, pull it up to around about your hips. Put the tail through the hole. Pull the nappy up. Pull the fur with a tail out of the nappy, and it's more comfortable. That's the disposable nappy on, but it doesn't stay on. But try to get away there. So with the reusable nappies, put the tail straight through, nappy on top, reach down underneath the leg, bring one of the sides up, bring the second side up, bring it as tight up as you can, and readjust the other side so it matches. That's very nappied up. I'll show you how to put the disposable one on. It's fairly simple, but from the start, shall we say. Again, just trying to get away. So you've got your disposable nappy with your tail hole, so feed the tail in first. Reach under, bring your nappy round, undo the fastening tab, pull it in. Bring the second tab around, it's a little bit awkward because you can't see what you're doing because you're working underneath the dog, which is why you can't really get them very tight. Disposable nappy on, put the reusable nappy on. We'll let her go at that, she might be able to get out of it, but that's straight now. There you go. Yeah. What also is a good idea, for after she's had a bath, you can't just shower the back end if she has a number 2 in the nappy. Back end's filthy and it honks. So after she's had a shower, doggy bag. It's basically a towel that's sewn up nearly 2 sides and has a zip on the other 2 sides and a little head hole poking out. Easy enough to put her in it, you just lie it on the floor, put her on top. When you're first trying to put these on, they're hard work because the dog doesn't want to do it and wants to get away, but she's used to it now. That's zipped up, keeps her warm and helps dry her. So you towel her off, put her in a doggy bag. She can't really move around too much and the towel dries her and keeps her warm. Right. Like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Cheers. Bye.
Wake up after night, sunshine.